Namaste, everyone. I'm going to give you all a 3-minute meditation, okay? And the meditation is called Tershula, Kriya, and you could do it for 3 minutes, you could do it up to 31 minutes, you can just keep going. So, the Tershula meditation that I'm giving you all is very much a visualization, okay? So it helps you to really connect with your subconscious, okay? So it is for healing trauma. Trauma regarding to sexual trauma, okay? That could be in early childhood or just any sort of emotional negative blocks we have from early childhood, okay? Such as it could be father phobia, it could be feeling unsafe, anything that really relates to our sense of security, okay? Feeling safe, feeling confident, feeling worthy. This meditation will help us to really transport ourselves into childhood, the childhood memory, and really blaze through. Okay, really blaze through all of that negative emotion that's still lingering today and causing this great dread or this burden or this overwhelming anxiety that comes from these early childhood belittlement, negative emotion, feeling unworthy, feeling unsafe, feeling unconfident, all of that, okay? And this also helps with relationships. So when we feel unsafe, insecure, low self-esteem, that does affect our relationships, okay? We don't feel safe enough to be in a relationship, or we're in a relationship and we don't feel worthy to be received or to give ourselves, okay? So that will help us with that. So I want to talk briefly about trauma. So if you have been following me, you know that I have been dealing with my own personal trauma. And with trauma, there's negative emotion. And I have been introspecting through meditation on myself, kind of dissecting myself, and learning about trauma, okay, through my own sensation of it. So, trauma, it goes on a wide spectrum. We have car accidents, all the way to just belittlement, okay, the littlest thing that our caretaker says to us when they're maybe stressed, okay, we're like 5 or 6, and our caretaker or teacher is really, really stressed, and they say something to us that we remember even today as an adult. So there's all sexual trauma. I mean, it is a wide spectrum, okay? But overall, with these traumas, we have either shame, okay, where we tell ourselves that I am deserving of that, okay, I am deserving, it could be deserving of that in like a negative, I'm deserving of that misfortune. It's basically a self-punishment or a torture. We're torturing ourselves. That's kind of like shame. We're torturing ourselves by saying we're deserving of these negative circumstances or situations that maybe we are getting ourselves involved in because we think that we should punish ourselves by being in these negative circumstances, by creating these destructive circumstances. That's kind of shame. And then we also have guilt, okay? So guilt is also a negative emotion that comes from trauma. Okay, now there's more, okay? So guilt is when we feel unworthy, okay? Guilt, we feel unworthy to be blessed or to be happy, okay? Maybe we were belittled as a young one, or we were in a circumstance where our parents were, maybe they argued a lot, they were maybe poor, they were always stressed, so the guilt comes from, I don't know if I'm worthy to be blessed, to have a life that has no stress, to have relationships that is totally harmonious, no weird stuff whatsoever, okay? Or the guilt can come from that other, the polarity of we did something to someone out of stress, Okay, we had a lot of built up emotion, a lot of our own built up negative emotion, and we did something, we lashed out, and that caused an imprint on somebody that led to their own sort of destructive pattern within their life. Okay, and we have guilt for that. We have guilt that, wow, like a parent when they say something to their child out of frustration, they're like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't want to leave that impact on that child, because that now could possibly become a memory that is stored within themselves of why, maybe they're not worthy to be a dancer because I said something about their body or something out of my own insecurity or my own sort of anxiety about my own emotional buildup. Okay, so that's guilt. So we also have feeling unsafe. Okay, we feel unsafe. That's another a negative emotion. We can get very defensive, and particularly in any sort of sexual trauma or even like caretaker belittlement. Okay, there's a lot of belittlement for a lot of people on this planet when it comes to being in school and caretakers. A lot of belittlement. Okay. Because collectively, we just don't know how to manage our emotions because we're not taught. We're taught to be kind of worker bees, but we're not such things. We are very emotional beings, okay? We're very spiritual beings. We want to express that. We're not here to just, maintain sort of like a mechanical machine to ourselves. No, that's not who we are. So when we experience, even could be friends in early childhood where it creates this feeling of being unsafe, like I can't be seen. Okay, like we are authentic, we are most innocent, especially as a child, and we feel like we're just kind of beaten down by somebody's own negative mind. So we create this great defense. But sometimes that defense can get so kind of, we talk about paranoia, where we are rejecting opportunities, we're rejecting friends, we're rejecting relationships, and we're just kind of rejecting all of these things, these possibilities, opportunities for us to grow and to transcend these limiting beliefs about what a friend is, what a relationship is. Okay, so that's safety. And then we also have the negative emotion of the thought form. Yeah, it took me a moment to contemplate on what is the appropriate, it's like terminology for that type of negative emotion, and it is a thought form. Okay, so imprint. Okay, every kind of, especially as a child. Okay, or it could be the parents, even as an adult, we have, or anybody we're really close with that we consider we trust, like a bond, and they do something out of like a negative emotion, that creates a thought form. And a lot of times it's a memory where we keep repeating the memory, and then that memory, even though we move away from it, we don't necessarily have a detail for detail that exact memory, but it becomes a thought form. For example, my own negative thought form that has a negative emotion with it. Okay, so I heard something from a person I was close with, I had a bond with, that he said, I throw women away. That simple memory, so simple, I never thought that would be it, that created this huge negative emotion and thought form in my body. But that was it. It's so simple. I throw women away. So in his moment of being intoxicated and basically feeling, having a lot of shame and guilt himself for doing these kinds of things to women, based on his childhood of having this disrespect for women, he projected that towards me. Okay, and being in a close, intimate relationship with him, a bond that left a tremendous impact and created a thought form. Well, I don't necessarily can recall the memory, okay, I can in my subconscious layer, okay, in meditation, but that thought form created this, I'm trash. I'm trash. So sometimes when I get like, when I feel overwhelmed or when I feel uncomfortable or unsafe, that thought form comes up. Okay, either unconsciously or consciously, I'm saying to myself, well, I'm trash anyways. I'm trash anyways. And that, a lot of us have that. Okay, a lot of us have that. We're all leaving impacts on each other. Either it's like a car accident to a very extreme extent, or it's just like a simple, I throw women away. Okay, so I'm going to give you now this Tershula, Kriya, 3 minutes, okay? And this will really help you. If you really dive deep into this practice, it will really blaze through all of these negative emotions. Now, it's a consistency. So it's like 40 days, like consistent, and then you can just keep doing it forever. And you'll find that this gives you that subconscious cleanse. And also it gives you that meditative mind to really connect with that subconscious and really kind of allow the things that you're kind of, shoving in the back of you to come forward, so that you can basically put it in the fire of forgiveness. Okay? Forgiveness. Forgiveness for self, forgiveness for other. So the one thing I want to mention before we do this, okay, we talk about forgiveness. What is that? Okay, it's like gas stove blue, and we're going to connect with that energy through the meditation. Gas stove blue is acceptance, is forgiveness. But through the pathway of understanding do we come to this. So understanding in my situation of kind of that trauma is recognizing, understanding the environment that person is in. Okay, so that person grew up in an environment where the parents very much, he had to like work, probably like 15, his mom didn't provide security. The dad had a lot of negative ideas about women. Okay, so of course, being raised in this environment of a father having negative, basically disrespectful ideas about women, and then the mother not being, very emotionally secure, not providing a home environment where he feels nurtured, where he feels provided for, where he really feels like cared for, like really seen and heard. Okay, that can create this, for me, the understanding of him is the great feeling of being unworthy, okay, to receive love, to give love, and also the inability to truly be himself. Okay, so sometimes when we have environments that I've mentioned, it's hard for us to be ourselves. Okay, in high stress, high crisis, high disrespect, or feeling unsafe, everything's all over the place. It's really hard for us to be ourselves. Okay, to be ourselves, because we are in such collision with all of these negative emotions that, of course, we kind of go in the direction of that. So, for the Tershula Kriya, you're going to have your right hand over your left. So it's right here. You can kind of see, it's almost like I'm putting my heart on a platter. My heart chakra on a platter. So it's just, elbows are by the rib cage, gently. So it kind of looks like a triton. So we have like that trinity. So your chin's going to be tucked in, your spine is tall, your eyes are going to be closed, but not rolled up and in or focused on the nose. You're going to be looking directly out of the eyelids, straight out of the eyelids. It's a practice. So for the visualization, we're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, long in deep. So around the fingers, okay, so around the four fingers, the pointer to the pinky, We're going to imagine gas stove blue in a ring, ringing very fast, 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 fast. So I imagine it going clockwise, 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 really fast. So gas stove blue, okay? Really visualize that, project that, circling. So we're going to inhale. You're going to press the tongue on the upper palate. You're going to hold the breath through the nose, and you're going to visualize gas stove blue spinning, 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 spinning around your trident. Spinning, spinning, spinning really fast. And then when you can't, we're going to mentally chant. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Mentally, just mentally recite as many times. It can be quick, quick, quick. And then when exhale, you're going to imagine lightning striking out of the thumbs, striking out of each of the fingers from the pointer to the pinky. Lightning. It's so intense, so bold, striking out of your fingers. Very much like this, like very powerful, very powerful. You could feel that energy, that power striking out of the fingers. You're going to be mentally reciting Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. And then you're going to inhale, and you're going to start the process all over again. And you're going to keep going. And it's going to feel a little weird, but if you keep with it, you're going to feel something. Okay, you're going to feel something move through you. And as you get further into it, I want you to visualize yourself in a burning bush, a gas stove blue burning bush. Okay, so from the perineum, okay, right below, it's plugged into the floor, all the way up to the crown. Everywhere around you, you're on fire with gas stove blue. You become the God burning bush. Burn, burn, burn with the gas stove blue, which is forgiveness and acceptance. That is gas stove blue, forgiveness and acceptance. We need that to create space, or we're just constantly trapped in our own blocks, in our own riddle, in our own maze, in the own house of confusion, okay? Misunderstanding, so hold my breath, tongue on the upper palate, mentally chanting Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. I'm looking through the eyelids directly out. Gas stove blue is spinning, spinning around my trident, spinning, spinning around my trident. I squeeze out Mulabandha, sex organ, rectum, navel, chin is tucked in. When I can't hold the breath anymore, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe, spinning, spinning, spinning. I'm in a bush, a burning bush of gas stove blue, burning bush. Exhale, lightning striking out of the thumb, out of each of the fingers. Powerful, and it is gas stove blue. This lightning is gas stove blue. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Mentally recite. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. When you hold the breath out, squeeze also Mulabandha, sex organ, rectum, navel. Hold the breath out, press the tongue on the upper palate. Lightning striking out, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. concentrate. Exhale. Inhale, relax. Exhale, release through the mouth. Inhale the nose, exhale the mouth. Inhale the nose, exhale the mouth. So there you go, 3 minutes, and you can feel like, whoa, power. Okay, so thank you.